couple, Bloom and I. He brightens the earth, I polish the sky. Hello and welcome to Miracle English Language and Literature Institute. As you all know, we are doing the video series on books and reading. And today, I have taken up the book Ulysses by James Joyce. It's a very thick and a very tough book. It is a masterpiece in literature. It is not easy to read and then to simplify it. But I have made some efforts to do it for you. This book is like Homer's Odyssey. It is a deconstruction of Homer's Odyssey. That is written in 18 parts. It is also written in 18 parts. There are two protagonists in this book. One is Stephen Dedalus, of the same Portrait of an Artist as a Young Man. And just 2 years after the book, he started writing this. And then there's another hero, protagonist, Leopold Bloom. Then the character Molly Bloom, his wife. So this book draws a parallel to Homer's Odyssey. It also has the names of the parts. Different name, different timing, different color, different symbolism, everything like this. And the parallel is drawn, as I told you. Stephen Dedalus is Telemachus and Leopold Bloom is Ulysses. And the story is about Ulysses also, the stream of consciousness, the thoughts and all those things. This book has the narration of less than 24 hours. It was written in 1904, that is 16th and 17th June, from 8 a.m. 16th June to 3 a.m. 17th June. So it's just a matter of less than 24 hours. The book has three main parts. The first one is Telemachus. It has the first three chapters. The next one is Ulysses. That has got from 4th to 15th. And then the third one is Nostos. That is 16, 17, 18. It is a modern day Ulysses. It is a modern day Odyssey. That's why even the names are borrowed. Stephen Dedalus, as I already told you in Portrait of an Artist, that Dedalus is taken from Homer, from Greek mythology. There is no proper story again. You cannot expect a storyline from James Joyce. His books are made of his characters' stream of consciousness. So in the first three parts, it is all about Stephen Dedalus, who's just 22 years of age. He's a school teacher and aspiring writer. And then he goes to some places, he goes to a funeral, there he thinks about death. And he also sees the grave of Parnell, who was an Irish revolutionist. And Parnell is being discussed by Yeats also in his poem To a Shade, because many young Irish people were motivated and were impressed by Parnell and other people who fought for the freedom of the country, because at that time Ireland was under British rule. So Bloom, who is Odysseus. Odysseus was a Greek warrior and who had gone on a long journey. His wife Penelope had many suitors in his absence, but she remained faithful. She said that if she completes a tapestry she was embroidering, she would marry one of them. So what she used to do, she used to do the weaving or the embroidery the whole day, and in the night she used to undo the embroidery. So her embroidery could not be finished and the suitors had to wait for her. And meanwhile Ulysses returns, or Odyssey, Ulysses are same. He returns from his 20-year-old journey from the Trojan War and they get reunited. So this was the story of Ulysses. But then Leopold Bloom has a wife, Molly Bloom, and he is also a Jew who's wandering around with a stream of consciousness. And his wife also has lovers, but his wife is not faithful. And all the images, hallucinations, and his made up stories, they go on in his mind. And sometimes they are so vulgar, and there is so much of free and frank treatment of sex that this book was banned in UK and USA. So the expression is through stream of consciousness of both the heroes. Around 8 o'clock, Leopold Bloom, he goes to the market to get some things for the breakfast. His wife is half asleep. He prepares the breakfast, goes to the market again, and then goes to an office to deliver a letter. Then for lunch, he goes to some bar or something. And then in the pub, he waits for Stephen Dedalus. There they both meet. In the pub, when Bloom sees the pub girls flirting with the men around, the parallel is with the sirens who attracted and allured the people who were going on the sea journey and caused shipwreck, while Ulysses or Odysseus was on his journey to Trojan. There's a mention of lotus eaters also. When Ulysses was returning from Trojan War and his journey, he landed upon an island called Lotus Eaters. There he was given the tubers of the plant lotus, where he and his friend felt drugged. They became indolent and they did not want then to go to any journey or even return home. So this was the effect after eating the tubers of lotus plant. Then this journey of Leopold Bloom is also full of indolence. He also feels like the lotus eaters. Stephen Dedalus, he goes to the National Library of Dublin. There he presents his ideas on Hamlet and Shakespeare. Because he is a well-read person and an aspiring writer, so he needs to discuss whatever thoughts come in. Leopold Bloom says that the just man falls 7 times. Far, 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 far. Tap, 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 tap. The language is very different. There are references, literary references of Aristotle, Plato, Shakespeare, and the language has got the capital letters written. There are unpunctuated sentences, 8 sentences in a row without any punctuations. Then there are many self-coined words which are very difficult to understand. There are remote references and allusions in the book. And sometimes it is written like this: Bloom, unlooped, looped, joined, unjoined, something like this, and the sentence finishes. The reader has to, according to his maturity and his previous reading, has to understand the meaning in between the lines. In between the episodes, Joyce writes in different styles. Sometimes it is epical in nature, epic style, and sometimes it is in the style of 19th century romance, or sometimes he takes the journey from Anglo-Saxon to the present day style of writing. There are many direct and indirect verbal allusions and affirmations, with affection, with admiration, with description, with impediments, with suggestions. So one has to gear up all the prior language and literary knowledge and should take up the challenge to read the text of Ulysses. Not the summary, but the text. If you like my effort, please press the like button, comment, share and subscribe. Also, explore our website www.miraclewebstore.com. And till I take another book on your request or my choice, take care. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. There is no end to any discussion of this Odyssey of a wandering Jew, that is Leopold Bloom. Just 10-12 minute video cannot suffice the discussion on such a thick book with such good words, vocabulary, sentences, but then you have to rise very high to understand. You have to read a lot of books before reading this. You just cannot take this book and read it and understand. Still, you people can try. And if you have read, then only we can have a better discussion. This is just a curtain raiser on this book. If I give more, if I go more deep, then I think it will be like talking in Greek. Therefore, I am finishing it here. I would request that first you read The Portrait of an Artist, read the other complex writers, and then take up this book if you are an avid reader.